where everyone has an opinion.
Their own outlook and perspective.
On everything.
But do we ever hear these opinions from everyday people?
Like you and me?
So we have 6 everyday people.
With 6 different opinions.
Over 6 great plates of food.
Coming together to break bread.
Discussing today's trending topics.
So stick around, join in our conversation, because this is
Breaking Bread Sunday Brunch.
What inspires me creatively is opportunity and potential, because we all have a purpose in life. It's up to us to fulfill it, first identify it, and figure out the means of fulfilling it, and then taking that action, having the courage to do that. I think that this is something that has really driven me creatively and professionally to not only help myself do these things, but allow other people to pursue whatever it is that drives them, and whatever represents the greatest opportunity for them.
My creative inspiration is mostly just the natural emotion of life. Just having an understanding that there's no way to learn everything, so there's always something to learn. I like to absorb what I can and just create an outlet for it through my music. Been preparing for a cold, cold, cold winter, my thermal zone. Getting tougher skin, epidermis strong. They won't ever get it, I burn alone. I am not equipped for the hurdles, I'm jumping over, I'm a kid till the hurt is gone. Back when I was kidding, my pearl was strong. Now the lion fearful and scared of thrones. I will not depend on my earnings, I'll grow like the rest of them. Fighting demons only with the best of them. I don't need dessert to get no rest in none. Don't you feel the urge to kill the messenger? Guess when I'm insecure, I'm feeling pressure cooked. Music inspires me. I think that other musicians really inspire me to be better than I am today. I look at artists like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole and people that really bring substance to the music but know how to bring it all together on a dope beat that everybody can vibe to. So I try to draw inspiration from that. I'm an up-and-coming artist myself, so my company, Be First Class, our 3 principles that we stand on is music, philanthropy, and creatives. So it's like being in the community is super important for us. I often do events where we giving back to the community, and I'm not rich, so I depend on the community. Everything that I can think of helps me be creative. The food I eat, the way I dress, the way other people dress. So as a collective, I think Be First Class is helping me be more inspired. You know what I'm saying? And that's the feel that we want to portray or push onto other people. Be the best that you can be, and hopefully that inspires everybody.
I am inspired by the human experience. I love to meet new people and just kind of hear what their walk is, what they've been through, what they've experienced, and I draw to those things, and it helps me to create characters. It helps me to create situations, and I kind of need those things in order for things to flow.
BFC, Be First Class, I'm that guy. Wingtip shoes, sweat on the blaze, I'm that fly. Cooler than the rest of these people, I see them eyeing me. Pretend to be gangster and hippie and I ain't buying it. They said that you was special, you believed them at first. Then they wanted you to switch up the verse. You had a couple of woo, and that'll go with the sound. And the next couple of songs, they started dumbing you down. But now you sound like the rest, and they don't care what you saying. Drop the verse and let the ad-lib and beat keep playing. If that's all that they like, they don't belong on this flight. You get your bag and your belongings by the end of the night. I'm moving on.
Okay, guys, so topic 1. The struggle is real.
real. Now, it's real. Okay, so from self-promotion to the footing of your own production bills to the 9 to 5, you may still have to work to fund the dream. Not everyone knows how much hard work goes into going it all on your own, and the struggle is definitely real. So what I want to do is speak to some of the struggles and some of the things that come along with being an indie artist. There's a lot of hard work that comes into it. Like, you know, you work a 9 to 5, and then you got to come home and work your dream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I need my 9 to 5, I got to pay my bills, but then at the same time, I need my dream.
Yeah,
you know?
It's hard to have that energy for both, like that full-on energy. Like, I actually quit my full-time last year in pursuit of just more time. And I started doing ride sharing, like Uber and Lyft. So I do that most of the time, but even that, you know, it still takes up quite a bit of your time. And then you have to decide, well, am I going to drive and make this money, or am I going to go to this event? So, you know, regardless, it's still that, you know, that struggle and that decision-making that you got to have.
It's also sacrificing your personal goals for your dream goals. So let's say you're of that age where you might want to be married, or you want to buy a house, or you want to have kids, and you might rethink that, like, you know what, maybe I'll push that back a few years because I got to pay for studio time, I got to pay for this, I got to make sure this is on point, and not giving yourself that opportunity to pursue your personal goals because your dream is just that much bigger than what you can see, like, within the next 2-3 years.
I really do agree with that about, you know, just having those thoughts like, should I be doing this? Because there are no rules. There are no rules. So you don't know if the decisions you're making are right, wrong, just in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of chances to make wrong steps, but you just got to have that faith in yourself, and that's one of the hardest things to keep up.
I think that's a part of the story, though. Like, that's, you know, like, that's a part of your journey.
Yeah.
You know, when you sitting at the house and like, man, I got to pay this bill, but I know I need to go to this studio session. Those are the type of decisions that make you or break you when it comes to you being an independent artist.
And it forces you to bring your personality up 100 times more than what it really is, because it's almost as if you have to be your own sponsor, your own cheerleader, your own encourager, your own everything, because even though you may have other people around you, but you have to know within yourself, like, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm focused on, this is the struggle, I just have to do it. I feel like I'm more creative sometimes than I am business. So there are times when I'm just like, I don't want to fill out this form. Why? I don't want to do it. I just want to sit down and write all day. Why can't I just sit and write all day?
Yeah.
But I can't do that, because guess what? A bill gotta get paid. You know what I'm saying? And then it forces you to budget your money.
Well, from a filmmaking standpoint, independently, it is definitely a struggle. And I financed my first film through couch pennies and tons of prayer and just saving up, not having manicures and stuff for for a long time just to save up. So it is. I think it's sacrifice, and then it's that balance of, this is why I'm sacrificing, So it's kind of like when you go on a diet or you buy an outfit that you want to fit into, ladies sometimes, and then you're presented with this donut and you're like, this donut looks so good. I really want to wear this outfit, So it's like, you kind of have the balance. But I totally, if I could spend all of my time just writing and creating, then that's what I would want to do. But fortunately, I'm not at that point yet, where I can just say, hey, I'm just going to go all in. It takes a big step of faith to do that.
Yeah.
And maybe this time next year I'll be able to do that, just go all in.
Because I know all the conversations that was had when I quit my job, oh, man, I wish I could be like you. No, you don't. No, you don't.
That's one that I hear all the time is, oh, man, I wish that I could do what you do. Really, what I think a lot of people don't understand is that anytime you're starting your own business, it comes with not only a lot of responsibility, more responsibility than I ever anticipated, but there's a great deal of uncertainty, and that's something that, whereas, the reason why I ventured into this is because I had absolute confidence in my ability to come in and just conquer this and, apply all of the things that I've learned and all of the things that I'm good at towards this, this thing, but one of the things that I realized really quickly is that how much I don't know, and how much that I needed to really expand in terms of my own capabilities in order to be successful at this. Because, you know, I'm pretty good at working in the studio. I think I'm pretty good at working with people. I'm a good collaborator. I'm a good listener. You know, I really know my stuff technically, musically. The challenge is that I've never taken a business class in my life. I have no idea how to pay taxes. It's like all these things. It's like that. All of a sudden, these things fell into my lap, and you know, luckily, I'm somebody who I'm not very easily discouraged. You know, I'm somebody that
It's a great attribute.
It really is.
I'm a problem solver. So you know, I'm confronted with a problem. I find the simplest route to where I need to be, and I think that's definitely been the biggest factor in me being successful thus far with the studio and with, you know, all of the projects that I'm working on. I mean, constantly we're confronted with problems as artists, as creators, you know, and being able to just say, you know what, I'm bigger than this problem, and somewhere in this noggin there's a solution.
Yeah, right.
And I just need to, if I can't work it out by myself, I need to, you know, surround myself with people who are specialists who are gonna help me find the solution. And,
Definitely.
You know, that has, you know, if I can attribute to my success to anything, it's those two things. It's you know, being able to identify when I have a problem that I can take care of, and when there's one that I need to bring somebody else in on, and you know, having the ability to do that and having good people around.
And you're fueled by the people that support you, right? So the more people that you have that support you, the better you become, because you feed off of that. And where people who have these big heads go wrong is they don't realize where their gift comes from. Not only does it come from, you know, obviously it's God-given, right? But it's also coming from the people that support you. They help you through whatever it is, so then you're able to be on that platform. They put you there.
Right.
And I think where people go wrong is they forget that. Right? And then that's where it all just goes.
What inspires me creatively are the people that are in my lives. I take my relationships with people very seriously, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friendship, whether it's an intimate relationship with someone. I take it very seriously because I kind of hold that relationship in my heart, and whatever is in my heart comes out in my writing. It comes out in my stories, my characters. A lot of my characters are familiar people that people can relate to, and because they can relate to them, I can relate to them because they are everyday people that you would know. And those are the type of stories that I try to lean towards when I'm creative. I can be inspired off of a paper cup because it could remind me of a story that, or a memory that I share with someone who's dear and close to me. Those memories that are captured in my heart is what usually comes out in my writing and usually comes out of my stories and a lot of my projects. So that's how I'm inspired creatively, the people that are close to my heart.
What inspires me creatively? I'm inspired by all the other artists that are out there chasing their dreams despite what's going on in their lives, how many jobs they have, whatever it is, they're still persevering and doing what they have to do to make their dream come alive. I'm inspired by that, and that keeps me going. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I begged. I remember you say sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead.
Topic 2. I know we're all familiar with this. Support. Teamwork makes the dream work. I know that sounds cliche, but it really does. Not even the strongest person can do what an indie artist do all by themselves. Like, you can't be a one-man show, not for real. But behind every strong artist or indie artist is an even stronger team, community, fan base, or support system to keep them going or just keep them sane. So what I want to do is speak to some of those key people or that support that we typically receive as indie artists, because that's very important for the industry and for what we do, considering that we're independent. So let's speak to some of that.
Well, my team is, you know, my team.
Yeah, I know your team.
So before we even started Be First Class ENT, it was just kind of like me. Mm-hmm. I had other management and I had a producer that I was working with, but we kind of parted ways just because we didn't see eye to eye, basically. Mm-hmm. And you need a team that's like, basically, y'all all want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if that's not the goal of your team, then you don't really have a team. If everybody else has ulterior motives and they trying to, you know, do, it's okay for all of y'all to want to do this, this, and this. But if it's like only you doing that and then everybody else is kind of just helping you along whenever, then, you know, your team kind of breaks down. But with Be First Class ENT, like we were already so supportive of each other. And it was just like almost instant after I left my last management. It was like, okay, you're doing this and you doing this and you doing this, and then but everybody was already doing that, so everything just kind of fell into place, and we all go to the same shows, we all go to the same places. Most of the time we go together. So and then, you know, that's kind of the same thing when you're on stage. You need those people in the crowd that you know are with you the whole time. Yeah. Like, even if you don't know them, you still need, because when I'm on stage, I like to make eye contact with people. Yeah. I don't know, it kind of scares some people, but I like to be on stage and I like to, like, you know, I like to look at you.
Laser focus.
Yeah, so I mean, if I say something that I feel like click with you and you like that, looking at me, like, I'm going to look back at you so to let you know that I know that you feel what I'm saying. I think that's how you connect with individuals in the crowd, and that's how you that's how you ultimately get that support from everybody. Because when you get 10 people in front of you that's, like, really going hard for you, it's like other people want to wonder, like, yo, why are you getting so much support from them? And then they do their research. And then your support and your fan base grows. Mm-hmm. And that's ultimately what I'm looking for anyway.
Yeah. One interesting thing to look at is you look at the dichotomy between the way that people used to make and produce and market and sell music and the amount of people that were in the amount of moving parts that there used to be in that process. Mm-hmm. And now, because of technology and everything else, we have so many resources at our disposal that you don't need 100 people on your team. Yeah. You know, you don't need, you know, to be splitting the pot all these different ways, you know, and because of that, you don't need to make, you know, $1 million to break even in this, you know, in this industry anymore. I think that's a big thing to realize, is that, you know, so many people, they go into this and they just, you know, they just want to, you know, they want to bring everybody with them, and I understand that, trust me. But, you know, the thing is that I feel like it's so important that you surround yourself with people who are specialists, who care as much about what they do and developing their own skills at whatever, you know, their you know, whatever is their field, or their, you know, whatever aspect of this field they're taking care of for you, you know, that they approach it with the same amount of care and the same amount of precision and everything else that you are, you know what I mean? And that's what I notice. You know, I kind of have a front seat to a lot of this action, a lot of the you know, interactions that go on between people and their teams and their managers and their producers, and, you know, and a lot of it comes down to, a lot of the issues that I see come down to two things. I think that those two things would be somebody who is not bringing the same amount of attention and care and commitment to their work that everyone else is. And the second is communication. And most specifically, communicating about what the common goal is. Right. You know, is where this breaks down a lot of the time. But, you know, the people who I see who come in and they're consistently meeting their benchmarks, they're setting goals, everybody knows what the next goal is, everybody's working towards achieving that goal. They get there, and as a team, they set a new goal. You know, just having that open-ended communication is it's got to be the most valuable, aspect of working in a team that I've observed.
Right.
Yeah, that is so important, especially when you're working in a small team because with me in particular, our company or whatever, we're a small team, and it really came down to me when deciding who to bring along this journey was, okay, who is there no matter what? Like, who's going to have your back, really? Like, who literally wants to see you succeed? Like, at the same time, they want to be great within themselves. Like, they know their lane. They know how to do what they do well. Going back to this whole specialist thing that you said, you don't have to worry about getting your hands in every single aspect of something because you are confident enough to know that, okay, they got that, and I can do this over here, and then this person can do that over there and that over there, and then collectively together we make a dope team.
I had an issue with that. I did.
That's so frustrating.
I had to get over that, man. Like I want to do everything. Like I want to know everything. I want to. If something happens, I want to know. Mm-hmm. Like, and I had to I'm still in the process of like stepping back. Yeah, I'm trying to like step back and like let my manager do this, let my assistant do this, let my marketing person do. Like I'm trying. I gotta let.
I want an assistant.
I gotta like let everybody do what they're supposed to be doing instead of me having to like. Yeah. Okay, we spend this much money at the studio today. Or we were at the studio for this many hours. I got this many songs done. I got this done. Like, I have to know that my assistant and my manager gonna communicate, and she's gonna keep a record of this, and she's gonna schedule the next session, and we got to go out to South by Southwest, or we got to go to Florida or wherever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to know that other people are gonna set up everything, and then I can focus more on. Being creative.
And that's hard.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is your baby, Like, your dream is like your child, and you're like, here? You can take that?
Yeah. Exactly.
And I struggle with that, too.
It's trust.
But to be honest, like, there's some things that I don't need to know. Just make sure it's done.
Yes.
I think we have a really big opportunity here that more people than ever are trying to better themselves. And I think that we have to find opportunities to support that, not exploit it. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
I think that, when it comes to support and being picky with it's okay to be picky with who you're networking with, and who you bring on your team, and look at people's motives. What is the motive behind, why am I paying you $59.99 for, you know what I'm saying? Like, why am I paying you for headshots or whatever it may be? But I think it's important as artists that we pay attention to how the industry is changing. So different trends and things like that. So like for filmmaking, the model is different. It's not, when I first graduated, the whole thing was you went to film school that's not on a coast, or you went to some school randomly, wherever in the middle of the United States, then you're supposed to go to New York or LA. That's what your options are, and then hopefully maybe sometimes somebody will see one of your films, or maybe you'll get staffed on a show or on set somewhere, and that is totally not where the industry is. But if I'm still chasing that dream, I gotta get out to LA or get out to New York. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but what you're doing is you're missing the opportunity that technology brings. So now, instead of being inundated by how am I going to get people to see my project, you can focus on different outlets like social media, Instagram, Periscope. I mean, there's all things that you can do to connect with your audience. So we have the opportunity right now as new artists, up and coming artists, to kind of bypass that whole system, the system that's corrupt, the system that's making it's all about the money, and it's all about those things that are really fickle. We have the opportunity to bypass all those things.
What's going on, man? This is Lawrence Leon, singer, songwriter, rapper, and creative. Welcome to the Yam Life.
I'm Tomika Weston, writer, filmmaker, storyteller.
My name is Bamn, aka That Guy Bamn. I'm a musician, philanthropist, and a creative.
Hey guys, I'm DeShana Pitts. I am the CEO, executive producer for Brooklyn Soul Productions. I am a writer, producer, and director.
Hi, I'm Dylan Castora with Paperboy Studios. I am a recording engineer. I'm a record producer. I work with independent artists in Atlanta.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Tiona Denise, and I am a singer-songwriter and community activist, and you're watching Breaking Bread Sunday Brunch.